Hello and welcome to Tash Talks, the live show. We are on episode 39, y'all. 30 freaking 9. Hello. Hey, Samantha. How are we all doing? Hope you're all having a freaking awesome Friday. Hello, Danielle. Lovely to see you all online. So if you watch this the replay, then of course do hashtag a replay. And if you watch this live, then yes, say hello in the chat box. I love to see you guys on. So let's start off with a little bit about what's kind of going on. Well, as we know, Tash Talks, the podcast, always drops on a Friday. It's like, oh yeah, it's like party Friday time. And this week's episode is all about how to sign consistent clients, because let's be fair, we're building businesses here, right? These are not hobbies. These are not, oh, let me just see how it goes. Like, we are building businesses here. And in order for us to have businesses, we need consistent clients. And in order to do that, it comes down to, of course, the subconscious mind and the strategy. And in this week's episode, I'm going to kind of be diving into that. So definitely one that you definitely don't want to be missing. Hello, hey, Samantha. All the Samanthas are in the house. Love it. Now, what I love so much is before I even like mutter it out of my mouth that the podcast is open, like it's dropped. Like there's already, I've just gone on this morning, there's 15 downloads. Like I haven't even mentioned that this is what I love. I love the fact that you guys love it and that it's kind of like, oh, it's Friday. This is what it means, right? I love that. Hello, Samantha, darling. So lovely to see your face and so good to see you on live. Now, something I had like a download, but I decided to, which I teach my clients, is like test it. Make sure, is this just a me thing or is this a sun? Like, do people actually want and need this? So I sent an email out to my email list just saying, listen, like heads up, I've had this idea of doing this masterclass. It's going to be around £27. I'm going to do 2 dates in December. And I'm going to be sharing with you the behind the scenes of 10K month, right? So I put it out to my email and then I put it out on my Insta stories. No, I haven't mentioned on my TikTok. Yeah, so my Insta stories and my emails. Wow. Okay. It wasn't just a me thing. Y'all all 1,000,000% want this, which is just incredible. I had like me. So in this email, I said, like, reply back with the word me. Me. I was like, yes. Then I looked at my Insta stories and the poll, like, of yes, was basically 100%. Why I say basically is because I think it was something like 80%, 20%. And then that person DM'd me and said, oh my God, I did not meant to press no, I meant to press yes. And I'm like, it's okay, it's fine. So that is going to be coming out. I'm actually going to be building out the sales page for you today. But I'm just going to keep it really simple. It's £27. There's going to be 2 dates for you to watch it come on live. So you can ask some questions at the end. And it's also going to be access to the replay, right? And I'm going to be sharing with you the behind the scenes of 10K months. I mean, it is golden. So I'll be replying back to everybody that emailed that with a particular link. If you're watching this live right now on the replay and you didn't get the email and you didn't see the Insta story, do not worry. Send me a DM with the word 10K month. The words 10K months. And I'll put you down on a note so that when the sales page is done. But it's really going to be juicy as hell. Like my main focus for 2024 is to create more 6-figure business owners, minimum, like 6-figure, multi-6-figure. Like that is what I'm going for. I want to create as many badasses as I possibly physically, spiritually, emotionally can in 2024. So it got me thinking, like, my tick, like, how can I do this? How can I do this? And of course, there's working with you one-on-one, there's my group programs. But then I was like, well, how can I create something for the masses? How can I create something that they can jump on and they can implement? Like, this isn't just about listening to me make 10K. That's great. It's inspirational, amazing. But let's be fair, you want to do that. Like, this isn't just about, oh yeah, I'm so happy for Tash, which I'm sure you are. But what I'm going to be happier is I'm celebrating you. So that's going to be behind the scenes, BTS of 10K months coming soon. Now, in today's session, in Tash Talks live show today, I want to be talking about my 6 secrets to 6 figures. Don't you just love the S's? Like, oh, alliteration sets me on fire. Freaking love it. So I'm going to share that with you. And I want you to not just watch this, not just listen to me, but I actually want you at the end to review it. I want you to go, okay, right. Am I doing 1? Am I doing 2? Okay, maybe not. Maybe 3, definitely not. Okay, need to work on 4, 5, and 6 in the bag. Like, I want you to look at it through the lens of curiosity, not, oh my goodness, this is why I'm not at 6 figures yet because I'm not doing any of these 6 things. No, I want you to look at it and go, okay, what would feel possible to do and what would feel great to have done? That's where I want you to look at. I want you to look through the lens of curiosity, right? So let's go. My 6 figures to 6. My 6 figures? No. My 6 secrets to 6-figure success. So here you go. Number 1, I stopped replaying the past. This is a juicy one. I stopped replaying the past. What was happening and what will happen is you're so focused right now on the fact that you are not at 6 figures. So you're waking up in the morning and you're replaying because your body and your mind is working in the past. It's not working on the future, because if it was, you'd be focusing on where you're actually going to get to. But instead, you're just replaying what happened yesterday, the day before yesterday, the day before yesterday. So guess what? You're going to create the same results because your mind is in the past. So you want to change up your focus. So stop focusing on what you haven't done and what you haven't achieved yet. And I want you to constantly be working on shifting it that way, where you're going, what that's going to feel like, what that's going to look like, 6 figures, like I'm reconditioning your mind for that. And the reason this is so, so important, because if you're going to stay stuck in where you are, then that's where you're going to stay. If you're so focused and all your energy is consumed in, I'm not here yet, this isn't working, I can't believe this is done, nobody signed up yesterday, I only signed 4 clients this month, another month where I haven't made 10K, you're going to stay stuck in that. So guess what? Your Raz is looking for that. Is looking for more evidence of why you're not at 10K, and this person's better, and this person is achieving this, and this person da 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 da. And then it's just keeping you in that looped cycle. So what I done was shift my subconscious beliefs of I couldn't achieve 6 figures, I wouldn't hit big cash months, it wouldn't happen to me, this is so hard, it's not working. I shift that and I focused on where I wanted to get to. So instead of looking at my online banking account and being triggered AF at the number that wasn't the number I wanted it to be, and I was looking on social media for everyone else making 10K, I was then making that mean something about me. And as soon as you actually stop replaying the bullshit and get yourself out of that victim mode of it can never happen to me, why can't it? Why can't it? Are you going to be the only person in the goddamn world, the world of this industry, the world of entrepreneurship, that doesn't make 10K? I'm actually going to share something with you. I feel like when I first started my business 6 years ago, 10K was the holy grail. Like it was like, oh my goodness. And there was a few people doing it, and they were kind of like on these like pedestals, like, oh my goodness, they're at 10K. Now, let's be fair. It's not about like people are making 50K cash months, 100K cash months. So instead of looking at that going, oh my goodness, 100K, look at it as inspiration. Look at like, wow, I'm thinking 10K is a big month. She's just done 20. She's just doubled that. She's just 10x that. So once you then get your head around what is actually possible and stop putting 10K on a freaking pedestal, like, oh my goodness, 10K, and just be like, it is what it is. Like, of course, if she did it, I did it. I always say this, and I love it when my clients say, if Tash can do it, I can do it. Abso-freaking-lutely. There's no difference. Like, I'm not made from special blood. Like, I'm not made out of fairy dust, and that's the reason why I'm successful and other people are not. No, bullshit. The reason is that I make sacrifices, I be consistent, and then these secrets I'm going to be sharing with you is because I actually take the action. I feel scared and I still freaking do it. I'm consistent. I believe in my current reality. I'm so far focused in there. I didn't give a flute what my online banking account was saying. I didn't give a flute when people were questioning if I could do this. I didn't give a flute if people were like, oh my goodness, that's such a big gap from where you are right now to where you want to get to. Like, no, I was so focused. Call me freaking delusional. I don't care. I was so focused on where I wanted to get to. That is all I could see. So everything else that tried to come up was just noise, because I was so focused on where I want to get to. So the first secret to creating 6 figures is stop replaying the past, stop being in the victim mode, stop playing in the subconscious blocks, like actually just freaking shift them. Like if you don't know how to do that, invest how to do that. You know, DM me and I'll help you find a way of how you can shift that, how we can work together in whatever capacity that is. But you've got to do the work. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck in those thoughts. Your mind is going to create emotions from those thoughts, even if you're not doing that. Even if, let's say, somebody messages today and inquires about your one-on-one, because you're living in the past, you're going to go, she's not going to sign anyway. She's going to ask for the details. She's going to ask for the price and she's not going to sign. And guess what? She probably won't sign then, right? Because it's about energy. Whereas just because someone hasn't signed before doesn't mean this person isn't going to. Don't buy into that. Oh, well, they've only just followed me. So what? I've had clients come to me and they've just followed you, just binged all your content. Like, I want to work with you one-on-one for 6 months. Okay, brilliant. Painful. Boom. Like, this isn't unusual behavior. I do it. I see someone, I want to invest into them. I send the DM. I'm like, send me the freaking link. I don't need to overthink things. I don't need to question myself a million times. Like, when I know, I go. We're entrepreneurs. Like, we make big, bad, bold moves. And bad, not as in bad as in like bad. Baddie moves, right? So that's number one. Number two, invested into mentorship. And in mentorship, so I could be in that energy of big cash months. So I could be in that energy and see behind what my coaches and mentors were doing, and not what they were doing, because we can all look on social media and see what offers people are selling. We can have a look at how they're placing their stories, the captions they're writing, the hooks, the juice. Like, we can all look at that. That isn't what's going to get you to 6 figures and beyond. Just looking at what someone does and then tries to replicate it isn't what's going to work. You need to understand the why they're doing that, why this works, why they done it in that particular order, why they post this, why they use these SEO words, why. Once then you understand that, you can then create that to your own business. Because you could go find somebody, let's just say my Instagram, you go onto my Instagram, my TikTok, and you could literally just go and grab all that content and go and literally rinse and repeat it, right? But you shouldn't. You should stand on your own, like, because the difference is this: my audience come to my pages for me, the way that I speak, the way that I make business simple, the way I talk about the subconscious mind, and me, my energy and who I am. Your audience comes to your page for you. So copying what somebody else is doing is never going to get you there. What you want to do is understand why I do what I do, and more importantly, how we can then create that for yours. So when I work with my clients, like privately, we actually look at the strategy of how we make it work for them. Okay, so this is your audience. This is your offers. This is your product suite. Like, we make it work for them. Does that make sense? So there's no point just literally copying a strategy from somebody. You've got to understand the why of somebody does it. Because then when you understand, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I can make this work for my audience and my business. So modeling is something that has definitely skyrocketed my success. Being around and surrounded by other women that are making my goals seems so easy, so doable. When you're around people, and let's say your goal is to get to like 20K cash months, okay? And when you're around somebody that's having 20K cash days, like, yeah, it's a whole different energy. When some of our clients come to me and they're like, okay, so I want to get to 10K months, and I'm like, okay, brilliant. They're like, they want to be around that because I've done 10K days. So they want to be around and surrounded with that energy of like, yeah, it's kind of like, well, of course we can do this. 10K months, boom, let's go. I eat this for breakfast, let's go. But that comes with being around that energy. My coach like 10x's things, and she makes me 10x things. My coach makes me, and I'm a very self-led, driven, ambitious, badass, but she just 10x is me to that, to my belief, my creativity, my ideas, my, oh, boom, let's just do that. And then that just takes off. You know, that idea that I had, let me just drop this masterclass because I feel like this is what my audience would love. And then I do, and then people are like, me, it's popping off, right? So when I think about even starting my TikTok journey, right? And I'm really studying TikTok, and obviously my coach is helping me with this. And just the level of engagement that I'm getting from TikTok now wasn't happening before. I was solely focused on Instagram, and TikTok I was kind of just repurposing. Now I'm like, I'm having a love affair with TikTok right now. Like, I am in love with the TikToks. So from being in that energy, seeing what she's done, feeling into what is absolutely possible, and then seeing it actually get results. But even before it got results, right? Even before it started popping and the engagement, before that, it felt differently. Like sometimes we feel that we're on the edge of this breakthrough, but we're not actually seeing it in the external world. Go back to number one, secret number one. You've got to keep focusing on that. I'm in the energy of I'm blowing up on TikTok. I'm on the energy of like I am blowing up my client capacity. I'm blowing up my client results. Like I'm ready to take 2024 to the next freaking level. And I'm not starting in 2024. I'm starting now. I don't know if you can tell my energy is different. I feel like I'm speaking a word like mile a minute, but I'm just on a whole different level right now. And I want to take you with me. I want us to freaking rocket this up. So I model my mentors. I want to be around that energy. I want to hear them normalizing the big cash months. I want to hear them talk back. So I get into their heads and understand where they spend their money, where they invest their money, like how, in order for them to get to that cash month, what were they selling? Like I want to understand the nitty-gritties there. And more importantly, like I don't believe in the, you know, I heard this, actually, I'll probably do a TikTok about this. I heard this about people, you shouldn't pay to be in someone's energy. I'm like, bullshit. Like, take my freaking money. Being in my coach's energy has like skyrocketed how I feel in myself, skyrocketed my ideas, my creativity, my energy, how fast I'm speaking. Like, what do you mean you don't pay to be in energy? Like bullshit. What, you're going to sit around someone that's not going to give you energy and not going to make you feel energized and not come off a call and be like, wow, I feel like I can do this, you know. I actually think I can do this. Yeah, so it's bullshit about you don't pay to be in energy. Yes, you freaking do. I will pay to be in their membership. I'll pay to be in their one-on-ones. I will pay to be in their retreat. Because for me, energy is everything. And I mean, this is a whole different topic, but like, I'm going to come to it actually in one of my secrets, but like, I protect my energy like I protect, I was going to say house and car, but that's bullshit because I wouldn't even protect it as much as this. I'm like, you want to nick the car? Take it. Like, it's just a thing. My energy, oh, it's everything. Like, literally, as if I would protect my little Penelope down there. I'm protecting my motherfucking energy, right? So, of course, I will pay to be in that energy. I will pay to be in and surrounded by other like-minded women that were all on this same goal together. So, and that's what I love about my group programs that I do, because there's just a different, it's really hard to articulate. It's very different when you're surrounded in that collective energy, don't you think? When you're around other women, and you might have very different businesses, but it doesn't matter. You might have very different goals. One might be going for this and the other one's going for this, and the other one wants to, you know, start a charity, and somebody else wants to, you know, make enough money so that they don't basically have to work again. You know, everyone's got different goals, which is incredible. But being in that energy where you all want to make a difference, you all want to transform for your clients, for yourself, for your family, for like society, you know, for the environment, it just goes to such a deeper level. So that's my number two, like invest in freaking being in that energy and being with a coach and a mentor and having that support and that accountability. And because, you know, I'm not, you know me, I'm not going to pretty up entrepreneurship, right? Of course, it's fucking amazing. Like, you know, my job is to change other women's lives and make them more money. Like, hello, pinch me. But it can be fucking tough. It can. And not even just like my clients. I don't mean that. I mean more just like just being an entrepreneur and like things going wrong and like things not working out and having to test things and like, you know, even stuff in your personal life, and then you still got to bring it in your business life, those types of things. Why would you want to do this alone? That's what I always think. I don't know what I would do without my coaches, mentors, my biz besties. Like, I don't, right? And I've got the most incredible family of best friends, and they support me 1,000,000%. But you don't get it unless you get it. You don't get business unless you're in business. You don't get being an entrepreneur unless you're a freaking entrepreneur. You don't get big cash months unless you're making big cash months. Like, you don't get it unless you get it. So it's so important that you surround yourself with that energy, because you could be around other people, friends, family, and they're coming from a good place. But let's say they're not an entrepreneur, they're not in business. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get that you feel stressed about this. They're not going to get that it's been a 6 month where you've tried to get to 10K months and you haven't got there. And then they're starting to question if you can actually even do this. They're not going to get it. You need to be around other people that go, you move, you freaking move. Who cares? You're doing it 6 months. Keep freaking going. You're building a sustainable business. You're not building a one-hit wonder. You're not making, oh my God, I didn't make 10K cash in the first month, I'm a failure. Bullshit. No, you're not. You know, this builds integrity. This builds tenacity. This builds you. I always say this. Business is the biggest self-development journey you will ever freaking go on. And you've got to be tough. You've got to be resilient. You've got to move. You've got to be able to detach away from external validation, because you're not always going to get it. Your clients are not always going to say you're the best thing since sliced bread. Not every person's going to sign up to every offer. You're going to have people default on their payments. You're going to have people default on their word, on their contracts. This shit happens. You're going to have to deal with that. But you've got to become bigger than your business. You've got to be so resilient. You've got to be able to detach away from you're a badass, whether you make 10K, 20K, 30K, or a 2K month. Are you still enough? Are you still worthy? Do you feel it? That was a whole different riff, but yeah, freaking invest, right? Third secret, move through fear. I know it can feel so scary. I know. I was talking about this actually on a one-on-one call the other day. And my client said to me, well, you mustn't feel the fear when it comes to investing now because of obviously the money you make in your business. And I'm like, hell no. Whoever told you that? Whoever told you that the more money you get, the less fear you have? Like, it's bullshit. No. You could look at it from a point of the more money you've got, the more you've got to lose, right? The investments become bigger. You're now not investing 5K to work, 10K to work. Now you're multiple 5 figures to invest to be in these energies. So you've got more to lose. Of course you do. Your team, your team and supporting them, marketing, like that all costs money. So no, you don't lose the fear. What I learned to do is to feel it and still move through it. Like I feel fear and then I still move freaking through it. I'm never, ever, ever going to let fear stop me, ever. Like that's one thing I'm never going to let it do. If something scares me, and there's been plenty of things that have scared me, I've still done it. I've still moved. And what's really important, I have done it. Oh, clearing the chakra, the truth is coming. I have done it, been burnt, made a mistake, and then still moved through fear again. Now that is tough. That is tough to make a decision. You feel scared about it. And then let's say it's not the right decision. You get burnt by that particular person or the situation, scenario. You lose money, you lose energy, you lose strategy, whatever it may be, right? And then to still pick yourself up and then invest again, go again, try again, test out this again. That is balls. That's ballsy. And that's an entrepreneur. You're only going to invest when you know the return on investment, but you don't always know that. I don't know if you ever do. Anything you do, whether you invest in the stocks and shares, whether you buy a house, you buy a car. Let's say you buy your dream house, your dream car, and you have the money to do it. You don't know if you're going to lose money on that car. You don't know if the house market's going to crash and you lose money on the house. So yet we put so much pressure on ourselves that, well, I've got to invest. I've invested this much money. I must make it back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chill, 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 chill. I think about some of the things that I've invested through the years that I still use now. I may not have gone through that program and made the cash that I wanted to, or thought I was going to, or learnt what I thought I was going to. But hindsight's a fantastic thing. I now look at it and go, the compound effect. Everything that I learned from that coach, everything that I learned from that program, everything that I learned from that membership has stacked up, has been a compound effect, which has got me to where I am today. So yes, I would thank all of those courses, all of those programs, all those mentors, even the ones, last year when I spent £30,000 on strategy, even then I'm so grateful for, because I learned so much of what I don't want to do in business. I learned so much of how people do cold sell. That ain't my vibe, right? So I learned nothing ever is a waste of time. Everything is just gaining knowledge and wisdom and experience from it. So I always move through fear, even when to other people, and this is why you've got to do this, even when other people are going to put their fear onto you, they're going to transfer it, especially people that don't understand business. They're going to transfer it over to you. That is when you've got to be like, you've got to tune in, you've got to tap in and tune yourself on so that you make a decision, your own intuition. Your best friend, your mum, your husband, your partner, they're not making the decisions for you. So why are you allowing them to make those decisions? You have got to be the big girl and put your pants on and go, I've got to make these decisions. Even when, way back when I first started my business and I had to ask, Michael to lend me half the money, it was still my decision. Yes, I lent the money from him. It was still my decision. It was still down to me to freaking make it go. So if he would have said no, I would have found another way, because I feel the fear and I freaking keep going. So everything now, when I look at everything I've achieved, I'm like, of course I did. Because there've been many times, especially last year with everything that went on in my personal life, if you're in Conscious Coach, it would have been so much easier for me to just pack it all in and just be like, what is the point in life with everything that's going on in my personal life, right? And I didn't. I felt the fear and freaking done it anyway. And look, I'm still standing, did it, I ever did. And I've got the business I have to prove to it. So, and more importantly, the badass that sits in front of you because of the shittest year of my life and because of the most amazing skill that I learned with rapid resolution therapy, which then downloaded my conscious coach program. So it's kind of like, at the time you would have been like, oh my goodness, God, source, energy, higher self, like really give the girl a break. Now I'm like, I'm so glad that happened last year. I'm so glad that all happened last year. So move through the fear. When I do feel fear, I tap into that next version of myself. So that's what I want you to do. When you feel the fear, ask yourself, what would your higher self do? The higher self that's already making 6 figures. How is she talking? How is she walking? How is she acting? How is she being? How is she showing up? How is she investing? What action is she taking that you're currently not? Be real with yourself. And then I would always show up as her. I'd always go, what would 6-figure Tash do? What would 6-figure Tash do? What 6-figure? And now I do it. What would 7-figure Tash do? What would 7-figure Tash do? What 7-figure Tash do? Right? Like I'm always tapping into, even when I'm so freaking on the edge of like, this is so freaking scary, or this is so challenging, or this is so uncomfortable. I'm like, what would Tash do? What would, like, as if Tash isn't even me. That's how I kind of like chat to myself about what would 6-figure, what would 7-figure, what multi 6-figure, whatever it is, like bring in your one. What would she do? Because she would do stuff, she is doing different stuff to what you're doing right now. That's why she's at where she is and we're not. You're not. Okay? So, number 3. Samantha, this woman saved my life. Oh, I love you. I'm so, so proud of you. Saw your Insta story the other day of you working out, and I was just like, what a badass. Love it. Go Samantha. Go Samantha. Number 4, my secret was this. I was consistent as fuck when it came to my mindset work. Like consistent as fuck in all areas. My mindset work, in showing up for my audience, showing up for myself, showing up for my business, posting, going live, my messaging, my content, my emails, investing, my self-talk, like every part of my area of my life, I was consistent. Even when it comes to like working out, the next level of Tash is someone that works out 5 times a week. Well, guess what? That's what I do. The next level of that Tash can run 2 businesses. Can, you know, so I'm always looking at how does that Tash show up? Because then I want to replicate that. I want to be showing up like that. And why this is so good and really, really powerful tip for like your mindset. When you show your subconscious mind that you can be consistent, when you say you're going to do something, even if it's small as I'm going to go downstairs and make a cup of tea, I'm going to eat a healthy breakfast this morning, I'm going to go for a walk, I'm going to post twice on TikTok today, like whatever it is, when you say to yourself you're going to do something, you do it, your Raz goes, oh, okay. And then they're looking for that. So when you go and going to make 6 figures, the old version of you that wouldn't stay committed to your word goes, no, you're not, because you said you were going to eat clean and you didn't. You said you were going to post on TikTok and you didn't. You said you were going to go out for drinks with the girls and you cancelled, right? Whereas then now the new version of yourself has gone, actually, you said you were going to get up at 6, you did. You've done your mindset work, you said you did. You said you do 10,000 steps. You said you'd be present with your friends that night. You said you were going to do this and this and this and this, and you do everything you say. So guess what? When you go, I'm going to make 10K mums, your brain, your Raz goes, yeah, bring it. Let's do it. Because everything she says she's going to do, she does. She's going to go downstairs and make a cup of tea, and she did. Small things, but she's going to drink 2 litres of water. She done it. So your mind is then having an evidence bank of constantly going, oh, yes, I can, because I do this and I do that. And I said I was going to do this and I done it. I done that. So when you say then I'm going to build a 6-figure, 7-figure business, I'm going to sign 4 clients, I'm going to grow my product suite, I'm going to invest into myself, your mind goes, yeah. It doesn't go, oh, well, no, it doesn't, because it doesn't have the evidence of that. So get consistent. Get consistent with yourself, with your business, with your social media, with your emails, with your clients. Like, get freaking consistent. Boom, shakalaka, laka, boom. Who is on fire? I told you, different level, different energy, different level. This shit is going down. Hello. Hey, Tony. Hey, my badass. Okay, secret number 5. Protected my energy and created boundaries. This is huge. This is huge. I'm talking with friends, social media, family. You have got to protect your energy like it's your child. And you may think, slight exaggeration. No. You need to protect your energy. Okay, there's many strategic things that want to come to mind, but that's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm actually going to talk about people pay me to be me. People pay you to be you. You may think it's what you're selling. Oh, well, Tash, I help people with their social media, help people lose weight. I help people that have babies that don't sleep, then get a full night's sleep. No. We pay you to be you. You get paid to be you. Just let that sink down for a moment. You get paid to be you. So what's more important than protecting you, your energy, your mindset? Nothing. Because if you are not in a good place, if you're not feeling confident, if you're not feeling resilient, if you're in that heightened state of your nervous system of being spiked and being triggered, guess what? Ain't nobody going to want to pay you, right? So you need to protect your energy. What's your things that you know that will get you into that energy? Okay, but we'll come to that in a moment. But I just want you to focus on how you can protect your energy. Now, is it that you don't mention your goals to your family? Because are they the type of family that don't understand entrepreneurship? So when you say I'm going to make 6 figures, they're like, really? Or when you say I'm going to double what I'm earning, they're like, well, how? Are they someone that when you say your vision board up there says 7 figures and you're like, you're not even at 6 yet? You don't want to be around that energy. That energy is not going to help you. You don't need to be explaining the how to someone that doesn't even get business. And even if they do, even if it's, let's say, somebody in business and they're a bit more of a negative Nelly, like get your space, get your time, like zoom out from them. Then you want to be around people that are going to help you grow, build you up. Like when my biz bestie said to me, this is my goal, I'm like, easy, light work. Why don't you add another 0? Or I'm thinking about want to do a best-selling book. Easy, it's done. Oh my goodness, this. Like, I want my biz besties to feel that they are unstoppable, which they are. So I want to be that person that lights them up, that kind of gives them that, you know, as if you're getting over a big wall when you were a kid and then you had that friend that gave you like a leg up. That's what I want to be. So where's that for you? Who do you have in your corner? Who do you have someone saying to you, you can absolutely do this? And that's why we pay for coaches and mentors and get into group programs. Let's be fair, of course. Like I basically pay my coach to like give me a kick up the ass, but also freaking cheerlead me on. Right? When you think about that, that's what we do. We pay for their strategy. We pay to get into their mind. We pay for them to go, woohoo, you're a badass. And you go, I know. You pay for them to give you a kick up the ass and go, what the fuck's going on with you today? Like, get this shit out of your head. Of course you can do this. That's what we pay for. So if that is going to protect my energy, I'm going to do it for sure. And boundaries is massive. I remember actually when I first started my business, I had to have a conversation with my husband, Michael, and say, he was my husband at the time, and say to him, he thought he was helping by going, oh, so how many clients did you sign? And I'm like, no, this is actually really triggering. I don't need any added pressure. I just want to stay focused on what I'm doing. And listen, just from this one conversation, the world didn't change. We had to keep having these conversations and we had to keep saying, okay, I don't want this added pressure. Don't ask me these questions. I don't want to have these types of conversations. And even with like boundaries with like my family, I don't watch the news. Okay, I educate myself with what I need to know, but I don't need to be watching the news at 10 o'clock at night every night before I go to bed. So I set boundaries. I'm like, Mum, I'm not watching this. We have to watch something else. You're going to have to watch this either tomorrow, record it, go into another room. I don't know, but I don't want to go to bed with listening to this, right? There are another boundaries. Let's say I would hold boundaries around telling people my goals, dreams, and aspirations if I knew I wasn't going to get what I needed from them. If I knew I was going to have an eye roll, or if I knew someone's going to go, what? Or if I knew someone was going to go, do you really think that can happen? Or how is that possible because you've got this? Or how is that going to happen because you haven't even got this? Right? Even to the degree of like, I'm going to blow up on TikTok. The people I surround myself with and share that with don't go, you've just started TikTok, like you've only got like 100 something followers. They're not that. They're like, of course you are. Oh my goodness, of course you're going to pop off, because they understand the expansiveness. They understand energy. They understand quantum leaping. They understand that in what we do as entrepreneurs, it's not logical. What we do isn't logical. So why do you expect logical results then? Why can't you go from making 2K to 10K? Why can't you go from 10K to 20K? Why can't you go from 20K to 100K months? Why do you have to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? No, it's like life. You don't have to meet the person, get engaged, get married, buy a house, have a baby. You don't have to do it in that order. You don't have to do any of them. You could do all of them. You can have a baby and then rent. You could travel the world and have 16 kids. Like, you can do whatever the hell you want. Like, it doesn't have to be logical. Can't stand that word. I don't surround myself with people that go, it's not very logical. I'm like, ugh, bore off. Like, I'm not here for the logic. Thank you very much. So I was very, very cautious and protective over my energy and my boundaries. If I knew that person wasn't going to serve me, especially before I found the subconscious work, before I was just literally kind of doing my foundational mindset stuff, I had to protect it even more. I couldn't even allow negative words. Like, I didn't even allow the word debt. If anyone said debt, I'm like, oh no, don't want to hear that word. Financial freedom. Like, I was so on it when it came to that. Also, now I've got boundaries. People go, why are you getting up at 5 o'clock? You're on holiday, you're on this. Like, these are my boundaries. Like, this is what I want to do. It's my holiday. It's my life. Wherever I am, if I want to get up at 5, I will. Like, ain't nobody got time to tell me anything. I'll do whatever the hell I like. So you want to be creating those boundaries for you, your success, your life, your business, your money, like all of it. Okay. And then the sixth success for 6 figures is I've done the things to put me into 6-figure energy. And this is really important. I would write a list of all the things that you know put you into that 6-figure energy. What is it? For me, it's music. As soon as I hear a jam, I'm like, oh, I feel like a freaking badass. Driving with the music really loud, hell yeah. Working out, movement, going for walks in nature, literally working out and pumping. I freaking like that gives me energy. My morning routine, 5 a.m. non-negotiable. When I'm doing my journaling, my meditation, my EFT, my subconscious work, that's so important. Another thing for me, my energy is I love being around other people, vibey people, not just everybody, vibey people, where I come away and I'm like, oh my goodness, that feels amazing. It's one of these things. I'll give you an example. I went to the Beyonce movie with my best friend and we watched it, and we ended up meeting some other Beyonce fans, and we ended up being out together till 4:30 in the morning, right? And I was getting up the next day for 7 as my best friend's little boy was going for a football match, and I was going to meet my other best friend for our Christmas day. Was I tired? No. I had under 3 hours sleep and I wasn't tired. Why? Because when somebody tops up my tank, I'm good to go. Now, I could have spent half an hour with a Debbie Downer and been like, oh my goodness, I need 15 hours sleep, right? So I know the things that are going to fill me up. So I love being around that energy. I love dancing. I love music. I love hearing other inspirational stories. Like, these things top up my tank, make me feel good. Nice pajamas, hot baths, scented candles, meditational stuff, crystals, like all of those things fill up my cup, my energy. Also, very importantly, I know I need my own time. It's really important to me. I'm very much an extrovert, but I'm very much an introvert. I love my own time. That's how I charge myself, is I literally I need my own time. I'm having a me night tonight and I cannot wait. It's gonna be so good. I'm going to do my vision boards and I'm going to watch Barbie and have a nice glass of red. Like, I cannot wait. Most people are like, oh my goodness, I couldn't think of anything worse. I'm like, I love my own company. So I'd write a list of everything that tops up your tank, how you actually give yourself more energy. And then on the flip side to that, I'd write down everything that takes away from your energy. What takes you away from that 6-figure energy? Think about that. What, or multi-6-figure or 7-figure energy? What takes you away from that? For me, draining conversations. I'm like, oh goodness, no, like, I just can't. Gossiping. I'm not into gossiping. I just think there's so much other things we could be talking about and having the most beautiful, engaging conversations that we don't need to be gossiping about people. I just don't have the time for it. And then, yeah, so write down all things that take you away from that energy. Maybe it's triggers, maybe it's social media, maybe it's going online. And if you can't look online at someone else's success and feel inspired by it and feel like, wow, they're paving the way for you, then I would actually unmute them. Like, I would mute them, I'd follow them. So you can literally just protect your own energy just until you get to that point where you're strong enough to be able to be like, I can deal with this. Oh my God, I can celebrate them. That feels amazing. So you want to write down everything that fills up your cup, everything that gives you energy. But on the flip side, I also want you to focus on the things that take away your energy. That's probably more important than actually giving your energy. And see what the difference is for you. See what actually works for you. And if it is friendships, if there is like your best friend and she doesn't believe in your dream and she doesn't, or maybe she gets triggered. I actually had a friend of mine that lost a friendship over this because she said that you trigger me. her actual best friend said, like, you trigger her, and their friendship literally had to go on like pause because of it, because she couldn't be around her because of her success and the things that she'd achieved because of the work that she hadn't basically done, the best friend. So sometimes you can be really, I'm not saying you ditch all your friends, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying just be really cautious about the people that you surround yourself with. And if you do have a negative in-law or family and friends that you can't really get away from, and nor do you want to because you love them, I would then, what boundaries can you create in order for you to not have those conversations, for you to not walk away? And how is that fair? You go to a family gathering and you come away depleted, you come away exhausted, and everyone else is like, go along their lives. Like, no, create your own boundaries, set the tone, and be like, actually, I'm me, my energy is the most important things ever. So I'm going to do the things that protect me. And if that means that, let's say, over the month of December, while you're kind of investing into yourself, working out what you want 2024 to look like, and you don't want to be around that negative friendship group, then get yourself into a new girl group, get yourself into an entrepreneur girl group that are really going to, you know, rive you up and be like, Rowan, come on, we can do this. 2024 is our year. Get around that energy that someone's going to say, let's 10x your success. Get into that. So then you don't have to lose those friends. You're just, it's kind of like a weighing scales. And the positive side of it is definitely outweighing this side, the negative side. So that's all I got for you. That is my 6 secrets to 6-figure success. Mwah! I hope you loved it as much as I did. And I can't wait to see you. Now, don't forget, guys, we will be off for 2 weeks. 2 weeks over Christmas. My team is off having the most beautiful Christmas. So we were back for Tash Talks live show on the 5th of January. Same time, same place. The podcast will still go out because they're all recorded, ready for you to go. Oh, no. I want to be in your pocket. I want to be in your world over Christmas. I want, while you're celebrating and toasting yourself with champagne, I want you to be listening to Tash Talks podcast and be like, I can freaking do it. And even better, I would love you to be in my world. I would love, love, love for you to send me a DM and be like, Tash, I want to do this. I want to work with you one-on-one. Like, let's freaking make 2024 my 6-figure year. Minimum cash. Let's freaking go. Mwah. I hope you all have the most magical, amazing Christmas, and I can't wait to see you all in the new year. Merry Christmas, Samantha. Mwah.